What's up, guys? It's Likwid, West Texas Vaping Coalition. Finally got it. My Russian. I'm very happy. Very, very happy. Took me a minute to figure it out. Vape is phenomenal. We'll talk about that later, though. Man, is it good. I want to talk today about excuse me, a group of guys that I met over at when I went on vacation for the holiday up in Toledo, and I went over to Revolver, and I just did the review a little bit ago. Y'all probably seen it. I hope you did. Please tell your friends and tell your friends' friends and everybody else to get on there and subscribe and like. Please. Just fat guy in Texas, man, trying to get my information out there and make myself known. Anyway, I ran into some guys. I ran into Trucker, his name's Dave, and then Jeremy, who goes by Buddha, and Rick, who has some name. I thought he said Mentos, but I think it's Mythos. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, Dave, Jeremy, and Rick, they have a little company they started called Glass City Mods, and they do some cool mods with. They use DNA 20 boards. They use Groove boards. They get a hold of the other vape shops that are in the area, and they get mods that are broken or don't work properly, or maybe the people are just thinking about throwing them away or whatever, and they Frankenstein these things. Rick actually gave me one, and Eduardo, he ended up liking it so much I gave it to him. It was just a stripped out mod, but it looked really cool. It was like a steampunk, and it was like this hybrid. It was really cool. Pretty cool looking. It's pretty cool. And they got me this bad boy right here. My Nintendo mod that I've been waiting so much for. And it's on constant back order. And on back order. And it was cheaper. Go figure. Anyway, this is the Nintendo mod with the DNA 20 board in it. And how it works is this is your wattage up. This is your wattage down. This is nothing. And then instead of having the plug in the side like the other ones do, they end up putting the fire button in there. And listen, very clicky. It's a really good fire button. It's put together really well. I talked to Rick a lot, and he actually invited me over to the house and showed me some really cool flavors that he makes. He doesn't sell flavors, he doesn't sell juices, but he makes them, and he just lets people try them. He gave me a Werther's original. I was like, tastes like Werther's candy, and I tried it, I dripped it. I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Went home, stuck it in back to my sister's house, and stuck it in a pro tank, and I vaped the whole damn bottle. It was so good. He said he's gonna send me some more. Anyway, just want to try to get these guys' name out there because they're just cool. They're very friendly. They're trying to get things started. They're doing really well. It's a bunch of guys that work for a living, but they vape for fun, and they make really cool mods. Like this one here is the Nintendo mod. It's 100% Nintendo. It's not one of the Chinese knockoffs or anything like that. I don't know where they're finding the Nintendo controllers at that they're willing to cut apart, but this one's really good. I mean, it works really well. I believe he said this was a 1600 mAh battery, but it seems to last a long time, and it's the way that it's put together. I mean, the cuts are perfect. And nothing's intrusive. I mean, he even put the plugs back in the back of it for me. The scratches and stuff that are on it are from whoever had this controller before, which is kind of cool. It gives it that, that 80. Because I'm sorry, I had Nintendo when I was a kid, and every time I tried to play Mike Tyson's Punch Out and couldn't figure out the newest character, first thing you did, you take your controller, throw it on the floor. So it's got history to it. I wish I knew who owned it originally. That'd be cool. I'd be like, look what I did your Nintendo controller. But these guys are really cool, and they're quick, and they think a lot. Look, check this out. I know that I should probably cut, but I took some pictures when I was there, camera, and they did a DNA 20 and a Wii controller, which is pretty darn cool. I told them they should have left the vibrating thing in it, so every time you vape it, burp. But they didn't do that. So that's a cool one. And then they also did, I don't know if I took a picture of that. I did not take a picture of that. I'm going through my pictures, you guys, so just deal with it. Here's the other one that they got. I would show it to you, but Eduardo took it from me. There's another DNA 20 mod that they got me with some the best tactile buttons that I've ever clicked in my life. It was just fun clicking it. And I'm going to have to hit pause because I want you to see this other one. Hold on. Alright, we're back. Trucker did this one. This one is a beast. Check it out. It's an Atari mod that he did with a DNA 20 board in it. This thing has a 7600 mAh battery. I believe it's 7600 mAh battery in it. And he timed his vapes, and he got 80 hours of vape time on this monster. And I mean, this is like something that you could charge, throw it in your living room on your table, and vape on it, be like your at-home vapor, and it would last like, literally, it would last a month, you know, before you would have to charge it again. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is beautiful. And he's selling it to me too. I told him I have no need for it, but I want it because that's cool. There's buttons on the front for up and down. I thought it would be cool, like if you took the joystick left and right, and those would be your buttons, but he said it's jam-packed full of batteries and everything else that he couldn't do that. But he's thinking about doing it on some other ones. They did the Zapper gun from Nintendo. They put a DNA 20 in that, and it's really cool. The front lights up. Trucker actually did. Man, I wish I had his YouTube channel. I'll have to try to find it. Or Trucker, if you see this, put your YouTube channel down there because I want everybody to see that Thomas the Train. He took a Thomas the Train toy and he turned that into a mod. Which they're just thinking. They're doing crazy, crazy things. They got a whole bunch of stuff that they're working on now, and they're doing it well. It's not hit and miss. I mean, look at the port for the charge port, and he's got it perfectly cut, and he's got a perfectly cut and filled, beautiful light that lights up when you charge it, and there's no like the screen is just it's all perfect. I like it, and vapes like a champ. Side note, Gambit by far is like the best flavor in the world from 5 Pawns. I just wanted to put it out there. I do juice reviews, and I should do a juice review on them, but they didn't ask me to. I think I should just do it anyway, just because I love the Gambit is by far, of all of them, is the best. Got it in one of my Pro Tanks. What I do with my Pro Tank too is I rebuild them all. This was a 2.5 ohm coil that I did, just so I could vape it heavy. Chucks vapor like crazy. But anyway, that is Glass City Mods. You can look up them also at Glass City Vapors as well on Facebook. And you can look under Glass City Mods. They don't have a website out yet, but if you go to Glass City Vapors or Glass City Mods, they got pictures of all the mods they're doing. These are some hard-working guys, and they enjoy vaping. You know, they all stopped smoking, and they took it to the. I mean, I went to the level where I just, I buy a whole bunch of mods and mechs, and I like trying them out and doing the reviews on them, so you guys understand, what's going on, what the pluses and minuses are, pros and cons, big words. But these guys went a step further. They're like, we think we can make it a little bit better, and they did. I mean, they have Nintendo controllers ready to go, and some of the other sites, I can't remember what the other site is that I was waiting for. That's what they do, is just all Nintendo mods. But I've been waiting for 3 months now, and I got one email saying I can wait some more, and these guys are ready to go, and they'll ship anywhere. Just if you guys are interested in a mod, or you can tell them what you want to be modded. You can send them some. Maybe you have an Altoids tin from the time you and your significant other first went on a date, and you pop some Altoids so you could kiss him or her, or whatever. You can send them that tin, and they can put a groove board in it, or they can put a DNA 20 in it, or they can do anything you want them to do, and they're quick. They're very quick. I talked to him about this one, and I think it was 2 days later, with 10 inches of snow that fell in Ohio, and I know you guys got like 21 inches now. I don't know how you're living with that crap, but he got it for me. He made sure it was done. And I did have a little bit of an issue. I was having some trigger issue. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but the way that Rick is he's very, very, very meticulous on the pieces that he puts out. They got to be 100% to his specifications. He's not just throwing crap out there. He's not trying to mass produce them, and I'll worry about it later if something happens to it. No, he wants to make sure it's perfect when it goes out the door. They're all fully warranted. If you have any issues with them, other than if you tried to take it apart and you screwed something up, of course they're not going to cover it, but they cover everything. and they cover it for, I think, forever. But side note, Trucker has got this juice. It's called Backfire. I think it's Backfire. Yeah, it's Backfire. And I think it's Backfire. I don't know. It escapes me. All I can tell you is it's a cinnamon juice, and it's so cinnamon-y that everybody thinks they can vape it like a champ. And like I went like this. I took it and I went, and it threw me back. It's crazy. Actually, he's sending me some. He said he's going to send me some down. And the people in Odessa and Midland, I'm going to see which one of you guys are man enough to try to take the challenge to do this stuff, because it is. And the thing is, it's not just like gross where you're like, oh my god, because you'll do it, you'll vape it, and you'll get the kickback, and you'll be like, and it'll just be a little bit. It'll be like this. Wait, that little bit of vapor right there. That's all. That's all that'll come out of your lungs, and you think that you just like cleared, did like a 0.3 ohm dual coil super cloud chaser, and that's all that comes out because it's so strong. It's such a cinnamon taste, but it's not like fire hot cinnamon, like cinnamon hots. It's a really good cinnamon flavor, and for some reason you grab it and you vape it again, which you really shouldn't do. I mean, I'll probably cut it down and mix it with something, but I just want to see if anybody can do the true, and I didn't even do the real Trucker flavor because Rick had a dumbed down version of it, and it still threw me back. But these guys are cool. They just think of things. Another one that Rick does is Shark something. Rick, I'm sitting here still looking at your name. I have a horrible memory. I think it's called Shark Bait, something he makes for one of the girls over at Revolver. He makes it for her. That's hers. He won't sell it. That's hers. It's just, they kind of cater to people, and they're the people, the customers that they have ordered. Like I ordered, 2 pieces off of them, and I'm back here in Texas, and they call me to see how I'm doing, and I called them earlier, and I had a couple questions, and it was 10 o'clock at night up there, and they answered the phone, and he three-wayed me with Trucker, and I could ask him about the Atari mod, and did he sell it? I was hoping, don't sell it, I will be getting it. Don't touch it. If you guys want one, you're gonna have to get a hold of Trucker, and he'll have to do one for you. But they're just a bunch of good guys. They hang out everywhere. They're I did notice up there that there's quite a few shops in the Toledo area, and some of the places they badmouth the other places, or they badmouth the customers, and that's not what it's about. We're all in this for the same thing. We're staying off analog cigarettes and just trying to have fun. It's a community, and these guys, the guys over at over at Revolver and these guys over at Glass City Mods are that exactly, and they will take time to answer your phone calls or answer your questions, and they'll make sure that you have all the information that you need, and if you have any issues, they'll settle those issues, whether it just be an issue in general, maybe just that you have a vaping question, or maybe you have a question about DIY, or maybe you're having a question about DNA 20s, or I've been bugging the hell out of them because the DNA 30s are supposed to drop. I don't know when those are supposed to come out, but the next mod I want is the DNA 30 just because, but they're there. They're cool. If you guys are in the Toledo area, look them up. Go on Facebook. You can look up Glass City Mods or Glass City Vapors. I believe they got a forum too. But check these guys out, man, because they're phenomenal. And if you want to get one of your Nintendo mods, and I'm a geek. I played Legend of Zelda until, God, my grandmother she raised me, and she used to yell at me, "You got to go to school." There was times I stayed up all night and then got dressed and went to school, didn't even sleep. So I was a Legend of Zelda freak. I don't understand the new games today. I don't like them. It's just not my thing. It's too realistic. I don't know. But this brings me back to childhood, with just staying up late at night and playing Legend of Zelda, or with my friend Brian McLaughlin, Bug, from Kid Nicky. We played Kid Nicky a lot, and we played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and Akari Warrior. I mean, those are the games I like. Every time I vape, it just brings me back to it, and I like when I vape it, and people are like, oh my god, there are younger people who are like, what is that? I'm like, it's a Nintendo controller. They don't know what it is. They're like, that's not a Wii. Well, duh, it's not. But anyway, that is Glass City Mods. Those guys are awesome. Once again, hit them up if you guys have any questions. They will mod anything. You got something, give them a Christmas bulb off your tree because it's special. They'll make it a mod. That's just what they do. So there's my shout out to you guys. thank you very much for all your hospitality when I was up in Toledo. Thank you for all the information. Thank you for all the questions that you asked. Thank you for the Nintendo mod. Thank you for the black box mod that Eduardo took for me, because he won't give it back until you guys ship him his. He's ready. He already texted me and showed me the picture. I think it's still on here. Look, here's Eduardo's. I don't even know why I'm showing you guys. Don't even know. Most people don't know who Eduardo is, but here is his picture. He is so happy. He got a really nice standard box mod. It's custom, just like black, but he did all brass tactile buttons. That's the lipo or the battery pack that they're putting into it. It's almost ready to be shipped to you. Haha, there it is. I told him to ship it to my house, and I'll give it to you when I damn dare think you need to have it, Eduardo. Just kidding. Anyway, guys, that's it. Glass City Mods, man. Check them out, and by God, order something from them, man. Show them some love, because they absolutely deserve it, because they're extreme vapors. Take it to the next level, and they're worth it. They're good people, really good friends. I mean, I made friends for life in the few days that I was in Toledo, and I'm glad I got to meet them. I really am. So there you go. Hopefully some of that information was helpful. If you guys have any comments, put them down below. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are in the Odessa area or not in the Odessa area, these little bracelets right here, my friend over at the Vape Shack is making them, and she's selling them. So she didn't think anybody would buy them, and I told her, you should sell those. And we talked to 4 or 5 people in the 10 minutes I was there, and 4 or 5 people bought them. So if you guys want some of these, get a hold of me, and I'll set you up with them. I think she's doing the bracelets for $20, and they're all out of hemp, so they're going to last forever. And she's also starting to make, she's just starting it right now, she's going to be making lanyards for smaller and bigger mods. They're going to have a full pouch that fits in there, and it's going to be one of those pouches where it's, it kind of pulls tight, so you have to push it together to pull it out. It's kind of like the Chinese finger things. She's starting to make those too, so I don't know how much those are going to be, probably like $40 or something, but they're well worth it. They're really cool, and she's a good person, and she needs all the help she can get. She's trying to be a millionaire $1 at a time, just like the rest of us, so go over there and show her some love, or send me some information down below, and I will get them to you. That's it, guys. I got everything caught up. I'm happy. So Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for being patient. For everybody I did do some that was waiting for me to do reviews. I got them out of the way. I have a few more that have texted me. They're sending me some, so I got some new juice reviews coming up. If any of you DIY people are out there and you want me to review your juices, or maybe you guys are some modders and you have a mod or a mech that you want me to review, get a hold of me. I'll be more than happy to do it. I know it's a good way to have people check out your stuff and get your product out there, and I enjoy doing it. And none of the stuff that I review, like the juices even, I don't keep them. I go onto my site and I give them away as prizes, because they were given to me. I would like to pass them on to somebody else. That's just the way it should be. So there you go. Have a good night, and got vape.